All right, all right. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our podcast with my incredible speakers today, and I am so excited about our topic today. And it's about how to build strong relationships. And as you know, in business is all about relationships. All right. So today I have Leah Garcia, Annie Osong, and Amberly Shreve that will be talking about this incredible topic. And I am going to start with the person that's most appropriate to start with. She is the communications expert. Okay, she knows how to build relationships. She teaches how to build relationships. She's built teams all over the world using relationships. So without further ado, we're going to go all the way to Maryland to hear from Amberly Shreve. Amberly, the floor is yours.
Well, Eric, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And good morning and welcome, everyone. So, you all know this is one of my favorite topics because this is huge in business, my friends. Truly, without relationships, there is no business, my friends. There is no business. Each and every piece of our business is truly based off of relationships. Who we're speaking with, who we're connecting with, who we're collaborating with, the the moments that we have opportunities, those are all from relationships. So, a few tips and tricks that I use within building strong, healthy relationships is showing up in an authentic and genuine way, wanting to know about the other person and who they are. And it's not, we are not talking about strictly business. We're wanting to know about their passion, their families, their life, what they enjoy doing. It's no different than a friendship. You would not just go right into a friendship and you wouldn't ask them, well, what are some of the things that you enjoy doing? And finding those things that you have in common with each other. Those things are so important. Be engaged, making sure that you're coming from a place of authenticity is crucial because in order to build those beautiful relationships, people will know whether or not you're authentic. So, the value that you're bringing, what gifts are you sharing with the person that you're looking to build the relationship with? You're not just going to, it's all about me, me, me. No, we are coming from a place of always bringing value. Who are you looking to connect with? Who can you introduce them to? What are they looking for within their business? What networking group can you introduce them to? What one of your colleagues is getting ready to start a project that they might be an incredible piece that could change the trajectory of the whole project. Always forward thinking. And I know it seems like it's exhausting, but once you're doing it constantly each day, it comes that quickly, my friends. You're always thinking about not about this person. You're thinking about the person across from you. And I'm telling you, friends, if you lead with love and a place from authenticity, you're genuinely wanting to help others, you are going to soar. You are going to thrive. You are going to build these relationships and these opportunities that are going to open up for you. You cannot live a life, I'm going to be real. You cannot live a life of selfishness, thinking that it's all about you and that you are going to move forward. That is not how the world works. They want to see the type of person that you are, that when you are so tired and you are digging in deep, and then you dig a little deeper, and that person that is on the other end of that tiredness, that's the person that you're looking to get in touch with. That's the person that builds relationships. You share your story. You come from a place of relatableness. You have to be relatable in a way that you bring value. You show who you are. And if you're living in fear, and you're not able to do those things, then friends, it's time to do some work. Because once that work is complete, you are ready. You are ready to share and grow and thrive. This is one of my favorite topics, friends. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. There are so many things that you can do to build beautiful relationships, and it all starts in you. I have techniques. I personally send cards on top of all of the value and relationship building skills that I have. If you are looking to connect with someone, you're not quite sure where to start, please reach out to me. I will be happy to take you through and show you some unique ways, some techniques where you can feel comfortable with who you are. My friends, have a beautiful, beautiful week, and I wish you nothing but the very best.
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you, Amberly, as always. You always bring the fire. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And today is a special day. We're on TikTok for the first time. Hi, TikTokers. So I may not be looking at you, but forgive me. This is my first time. So we love you all. Thank you to all the folks that are on LinkedIn, YouTube. Just go to Eric F. King on YouTube, LinkedIn, or not Instagram, but TikTok. TikTok, that's where we are. And we see you, Coral. I appreciate you being here. Fran, we see you. And definitely put your questions in the chat for later. All right. So we're going to keep it moving, keep it moving. Our next speaker on this topic is a good friend of mine. Now we're going all the way to California, okay, where it is 4 a.m. And she always has so much energy at 4 a.m. I don't know how she does it, but okay. she does it. She does it. And if you look at her screen, if you can see her, you see money in the background because she's a financial expert, right? Some people don't like talking about money. That's why they don't have any, right? You got to talk about it, right? You got to learn about it. She helps people make money, invest money, right? Multiply money. And, she's also a black belt in martial arts. So, that shows her, commitment right there, her work ethic. And I always say that people say money doesn't buy happiness, right? Mm-hmm. But there's a lot more happiness in prosperity than poverty. All right. So with that said, we are going to go to our financial expert. Her name is Leah Garcia. Leah, take it away.
Thank you so much, Eric. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here. It is 4 a.m. and I am fired up. My name is Leah Garcia, and I'm here to help you earn your black belt in financial literacy. And I specialize in helping you protect, transfer, and distribute your wealth. So when it comes to building better relationships, I love what Amberly shared because it truly is about those connections. I happen to be so blessed that I know some of the experts on building relationships. My good friend Cheslin Wehe, she's an incredible relationship builder. And of course, we have right here Amberly and the great master himself, Annie. He is a master at building relationships. So what I do is I say, study those who've already done that before you. If you know people that are good at building relationships, it's really about long-term, right? This is not a quick fix. Sometimes when we meet people, they just look at, how can I sell you my product? How can I sell you my service? And they really forget that it's not just about that one person, but who does that one person represent? Who else, if they love your service and they fall in love with you, who else can they introduce you to? Who else can they connect you to? Because the great Annie taught me 1 + 1 is not 2. It's really 11 and multiples, right? That's how we go from 10x is easier than 2x. So that's number one. Number two is, you just have to be curious. Be genuinely curious about who they are. Everyone has something that they can teach us. And if we understand that everyone brings their own specialized knowledge, that's what Think and Grow Rich refers to it as, a specialized knowledge. Everyone has something specialized that they can bring to the table. And if we are willing to be curious and set our ego to the side, because our ego is not our amigo, right? And we're willing to be vulnerable, just like Amberly alluded to. And number three, it comes from really knowing yourself. And what I mean by that is knowing what you're good at and knowing maybe what we're not so good at. And that's okay. Because really, to me, Our superpower is understanding that our weaknesses really can be our strengths. That's when we can find those people and build those relationships with those people who do have that specialized knowledge, who do have that talent, who can shore up our weaknesses, right? It's not just about going out and selling one product one-to-one. That is static, that's linear, right? It's about exponential growth. And how do we do that? Is by creating and building those relationships and bringing value to our audience. So that's my time. My name is Leah Garcia. With that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Appreciate you, Leah. As always, thank you so much for the insight. All right. So I want to welcome some more people. We see Genevieve from Trinidad and Tobago's here. Yes. We see Alexis. Alexis is here from Arizona. A lot of people all over social media. We have our friends from TikTok today. So we are excited. We are excited because we are growing and we're helping more people. So I'm going to speak briefly. By the way, my name is Eric F. King, for those of you that don't know me for the first time, if you're seeing me for the first time. And I'm a sales and leadership coach. So I help entrepreneurs 2x, 3x, even 10x their sales without being pushy or salesy. All right. And I've been doing this for about 15 years now. So right now, I'm going to talk to you about relationships and how it relates to sales, okay? And I talk about this a lot in my coaching and my training. The biggest challenge in sales is that people don't want to be sold, okay? And if people don't want to be sold, they put up this guard, right? Anytime you meet with them, they're like, I don't want to be sold. I don't care what you say, right? I don't want to be sold. So they put up this guard. But the thing is, people love to buy, right? You get a good feeling when you buy, right? People love to buy. They buy from people they know, like, and trust. So what do we need to do? We need to create that know, like, and trust factor every time we meet with somebody, okay? And when you do that, guess what? Their guard goes down, right? Their guard goes down. And then they actually open up to you and say, you know what, Amberly, this is actually my real problem. And they tell you everything because they trust you, right? And that's the goal. You want people to put down their guard, tell you, like someone like Leah, right? She talks about finances. Some people may not want to talk about their finances, but when they know, like, and trust her, they're like, let me tell you what's going on with me, right? So that's why it's important to build relationships. When you build relationships, people tell you what they need, they tell you their problems, and they help you to know what to say to help them, right? And that's how you make more sales, you make more money, you get more referrals, all that stuff. I always say that you don't want your sale to be a transaction. If it's transactional, it's almost awkward. It's almost awkward when it's transactional. Think about it. Look, so let's say you have a car, okay? It's a good car, nothing wrong with it. And then you buy another car. So now you have two cars. And your good friend says, hey, oh, no, you call your good friend and you say, hey, I have two cars now. I know you don't have a car. I'll sell you my other car. And then your friend says, okay. Now, they trust you already. They know you're not selling them a lemon. They know the engine isn't about to die, right? They trust you. So like, okay, no problem. And then they pay you or whatever, and it's done. They don't have a whole list of objections because they know you, they like you, they trust you. Right. But if you look online and you just want to buy a car and you meet someone for the first time, you don't know them. Oh my God, you have 200 questions, right? You have 200 questions. You don't know them. You don't trust them, right? That's the thing. So relationships are so important. People always try and think of, Eric, what strategies, what tricks and tips do I need to be able to sell people? I'm like, it's not about tricks and tips. It's not about that, right? You can do that all day and you'll get a lot of no's, right? It's about building relationships. So that's what I want to share with you. If you want more information about selling, I teach something called compassionate closing. And that's where you help your prospect buy what they need from you, right? Without being pushy or salesy. Go to compassionatecloser.com, compassionatecloser.com. First thing you want to do is download my ebook because I put a lot of gems in there. It will definitely help you over. I've been selling for 25 years, right? So you want to download that. And then after that, you'll see a short mastermind I did for you, 15 minutes, will give you the tools you need to be an effective at selling your offers, right? And then if you want to go to the next level, if you're interested in coaching, then book a call and we'll talk from there. All right. So that's what I want to share. And appreciate all of you guys. I see more people on TikTok. Appreciate everybody. Now we're going to go to my good friend in Europe. So by the way, I'm in Virginia. So we went from California to Virginia. Now we're going all the way to England. Yes, we're going to across the pond to a good friend of mine, a gentleman who actually introduced me to this thing called audio rooms in LinkedIn, which actually exploded my business. So that's a tip, folks. You may want to contact him, right? He makes people famous. That's his motto. He makes people famous, and he does a great job. So all the way from Europe, Eni Osong. Eni, the floor is yours.
You're far too kind. Now, you are the stars of the show, my friends. You really are. Thank you so much for what you've shared. You shared already. For those that don't know me, so I'm Eni Osong, and my company is Global.media. As Eric says, I'm here to make you famous. Okay, I'll come to that in good time. I think the topic today is so important. As you said, we can't have a business without building relationships. The question for you is, what type of relationships do you want to build? There's customer relationships, there's employee relationships, there's supplier relationships. There's also some relationships we can have. But having strong relationships, in business come down to the basics. And I look at it from the perspective of what would you do for your friends and family? It really comes to that. When you can build a network of people who truly see you as a friend, almost part of your family, everything changes. All the benefits you've mentioned so far, and all of you shared gems. Literally the referrals, the introductions, the introduction not just to people who might do business with you, but also to products and services that can help you. We all need help in business, and people know more than we do. If they don't, how we're concerned. But so it helps us to have those people who will tell you the truth sometimes. This is not working, that's not working. Maybe you want to look at this, maybe you want to look at that. I think at the heart of building relationships, my friend, is knowing who you are. I think Leah mentioned it, self-awareness. We can't be friends with everyone, I assure you. So you want to try and find people who are, who believe in similar things that you believe in. I'm not saying make friends who are just like you. I'm saying have the same values. There are people who believe in customer service, and I know Eric believes in truly providing a service the way you're not pushing. As a marketer, Eric and I can. That's why we work together. We work together many times because we can find synergy. We agree at best of times. Very different if I find a salesperson who was a pushy salesperson. That just wouldn't work. It won't work for me. It won't work for them either because I'm not that sort of person. So know who you are. Know your preferences. Know the things that put you off. So the reason I say know who you are is because once you know who you are, when you see the people that you're trying to be friends with, you can see whether you're aligned. If you're not aligned, it's going to be a lot harder. It can be done, but literally it's a harder game. But if you're aligned, things flow. I will say, look, the friends in business are for real friends. They haven't got to be customers, but if you can make your customers your real friends, you're laughing really, because essentially you're tied together for the foreseeable. But to do that, I think as Amberly said, you have to look to go deeper rather than broader. Many of us on this platform, on LinkedIn and social media, who want loads of friends. No, you don't need loads of friends. Aim to have 1 or 2, 5 or 6 really great friends. The ones who you might even cross the country for. So those friends they'll do you a lot more value than having 100 connections who you don't really know. And be friends with them. A lot of people don't. The missing ingredients to be friends with anyone. The ingredients to be friends with anyone is time and care. Talk to your friends. Take time to care. If they're struggling, help. Just do what a friend would do. It's not rocket science. It really isn't. Be a real friend, and the value will come back to you in more ways than one. Let me stop talking. Look, in terms of what I do, of course, I know. Say I want to make you famous. I want to put you on TV. I'll put you on radio. I want to put you on live streams like this. No, if you want to write a book, that's another way to get really famous and build a legacy. So that's my thing. So now, if you want to get famous, let's talk about it, my friends. Just connect with me. Let me give them Eric.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, Annie. Incredible as always. Thank you very much. And we have another speaker that just showed up, our good friend Zan. I'm going to get to him in a second. We appreciate him as well. I want to welcome Dr. Marcia. Marcia Thomas Powell is here. Jackie Raymond is here. Akiza is here. Let's see. Akiza. David Good is here. I mean, we have Abby Chan. We have people from all over the world. This is incredible. Carlene, appreciate you. Ryan, good to see you. We have people from all over the world, but we want more, right? We want you to share this link. We are here every Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern time, giving absolute value for free, okay? I have found some of the best coaches in the world. I put them together for you so you can get this value to help you start your week strong. All right. So don't take it for granted, and you want to also share with other people. All right. So now I am going to go to my good friend. Now we just went to Europe just like that. We left Europe now. We're in Nigeria and Africa, and West Africa now. All right. So we go all over the world. And we are going to a good friend of mine who I hired him. I'm a client of his because I heard about what he does, right? And he's known as Mr. Positivity. He has his own industry. Okay, so he's not a part of any other industry. He created his own industry. He's Mr. Positivity, and he will definitely give you some positivity this morning. So I'm going all the way to Nigeria to call on my good friend, Zion Enaguru. Zion, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's such a privilege to be here. Amberly, Leah, Mr. Annie, thank you for being who you are. And to everyone who is listening to us from all over the world, we want to say a very big thank you. And thank you so much for joining us. Yes, my name is Zion Enaguru, your Mr. Positive Energy, and I'm joining you all the way from Nigeria. A man on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, 1% at a time, because together we can do so much more to make a positive difference in the world. Yes, how to build a strong relationship in business. It's something that needs to be now that we need to talk about because it's very, very important to bring such an awareness. I'm just quickly going to give us a few points on how I have been able to build a strong relationship in business. And the first point is give before you take. Give before you take. Most people come into business for just to take. I want to receive, I want to collect, I want to take from you, I want to take from this person. Yes, it's good to take, but we must learn to balance it between being takers and givers. Because when it comes to a business relationship, people don't want to be in a cycle with somebody who is always taking and not giving. To be honest, I wouldn't want to be in that cycle too. So when you have learned to support people, learn to encourage people, learn to push people in their journey, in their business as well. And let me tell you, it always comes back in ripple effects. It comes back to you because people want to support you because you're supporting other people. People want to be there for you because you are there for people. And the reason why I'm saying be a giver and not a taker, because most times people, it's only when you need something you go reach out to people. Let it not be so. If you want to build a good business relationship, don't go to people only when you need them. Okay? Support people, encourage people, even if they don't ask for it. Just be there to say something nice to them. And let's keep the mindset of, oh, I'm always here to take and take and take. Be a giver too. give to people, support people, business support business, business help business, business connect with business. When you support me, I'll support you. When you encourage me, I will encourage you. And that's how relationships are being built when it comes to business. And one other point I want to make it, be authentic as possible as you can. Be authentic as possible as you can. Do not pretend to be who you are not. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. Now, this takes me to the story of when I came on LinkedIn newly. When I tell people that I'm from Nigeria, I get blocked, I get rejected, I have racist comments. Imagine at that time I decided to say, okay, from now on, I'm from the US. From now on, I'm living in America. So because I want people to accept me. When you later find out that, wow, I'm not from America, I'm from Nigeria, it changed the whole perception about me. So being yourself, being authentic is great. Let me tell you, greatness is not tied to location. Being a person of value is not tied to location. You can be anywhere in the world and still be able to add value to people. You can be from anywhere in the world and still be able to be a blessing to people. So be authentic, because business people want authentic people. People they can trust, people they can rely on, people they can believe in. Because we live in a world where people want to be like other people, forgetting that for you to not just have a strong relationship in business, but a relationship that can last the test of time, a relationship that can be sustainable over a certain period of time, you have to be authentic. And lastly, when it comes to building a strong business relationship, you need to be positive. Everybody needs a positive person in their team. Let me tell you, everyone needs somebody that is positive in their team. A positive person is a creative person. A positive person is someone that sees opportunity in the midst of the challenges. A positive person is a thinker that thinks outside the box. So if you want to maintain a strong business relationship, stay positive, embrace positivity, live a positive lifestyle. Because a positive person in any team is a team that is destined for success. A positive person in any team is a team that is open for greatness. That's why I always say this. When you are positive, you are possible. In positivity, there is endless possibilities for you. So thank you so much for listening. I yield the mic to Mr. Eric. Thank you.
Awesome. We appreciate that. I love your comments and the words you use, but I'm so impressed by the tongue twister at the end. Like, I couldn't say those things you say at the end there. Like, I'd mess it up for real. Positive on all that stuff. Oh my goodness. So you should get an award just for that. You are very eloquent, my brother. Very good. Very good. Awesome. All right. So we're going to keep on moving. We have a lot more people joining us. So for those of you on TikTok, okay, I think I'm supposed to actually recognize some people. So give me a second, everybody. All right. So thank you, Dee, Kelly, Jean, Oscar, Tara, David, John, Parente, Toad, John Campbell, and everybody else. There's so many people. I'm learning how to do this as I go. But hey, that's a tip for you folks. You see, just jump in when you want to do something. Jump in. I didn't go and research how to do TikTok for 2 years. I jumped on it, and here I am. Right. So next time I'll be better than today. The next time after that, I'll be better than the next day. Right. That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. Right. We're live on all social media. All right. So now we have several questions. Welcome, Kim. Welcome, Jackie. We have several questions in the chat. Let me just go to the top and go with the first question here for our incredible speakers. Let's see. Okay, the first question is, give me 1 second. Okay, first question is, can you recommend some strategies for building resilience in relationships let me put it up here, for building resilience in relationships to weather challenges and setbacks? Okay, yeah. So who would like to speak on that? Leah, go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great question. It really comes from, in my mind, is building forgiveness into that relationship. And what I mean by that, Zion touched on it, is being a giver, right? Another way to put it is I call it 9 hugs and 1 jab, right? Because unfortunately, in the financial industry, sometimes I have to deliver bad news to people. They didn't get approved, it didn't go this way. And if I built that forgiveness into that relationship, they understand that I have been there throughout the way, then it softens the blow of when I have to deliver that unpleasant news, right? And so that's really one thing that I do.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Amberly, go ahead.
So I was going to share that a lot of times I talk a lot about leading with love. So when we lead from a safe space after you've built this relationship, and you say, well, I don't know that this is going to be a good fit for you, but this is going to work and this is going to be a better fit for you. So it's really repositioning where they think they should be versus maybe where they really should be. And when we're leading from a place of love, that's really an easier place to transition to. So that way, when you know what it is that you are working towards, it really puts things in a better perspective for you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Azan, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. When it comes to building resilience in a relationship, especially in the face of setback or challenges, one thing I recommend is master the art of communication. When it's just you, it's fine. But when it's more than you, there is need for there to be a line of good communication. Don't assume they know you are sorry. Don't assume they understand. Be expressive enough to let them understand what is going through. Communicate with people, carry people along. Because when it comes to a team, one of the major challenges is lack of communication between the team. So be able to communicate effectively, be able to communicate expressively, let people understand how you feel, let people understand your perspective, let people know the reason why you think this way or why you are acting this way, so that everyone can be on the same page. It's one strategy I use to be able to overcome challenges and setback when it comes to building strong relationship in business. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. So we're going to move on to the next question. So thank you, Coral, for that. Alexis asks, what shared goals and values can be identified to build a strong business relationship? Okay. So shared goals and values. So I'll speak to that a little bit. So when you want to build business relationships, you want to build business relationships with people that you can relate to, right? I'll give you an example. I'm going to be doing an event at the end of this month, so look for it. It's a studio event. It's in a big studio. It's like the Anthony Robbins Studios. It's really big, and you guys will all see it. And I have I think 4 speakers now, 5 speakers. Now, one thing I do before I even meet them is I check out their website, right? I check out their website. I check out what they're doing. I watch their videos. I listen to their audios. And some people disqualified themselves just by the information they have up there. I'm just being real, right? Because it has to be someone that aligns with what I'm thinking and how I help people, right? If I want to build a relationship with another sales coach, and his strategy is, just close them, just get them to buy no matter what, I'm not bringing him on my stage, because it's opposite to what I teach, right? If he teach strategies and gimmicks to trick people into buying, I'm not bringing him on my stage. I'm not going to meet with them. I'm not going to do anything with them, right? So it has to be someone that aligns with your values and where you want to go and how you want to help people, right? That's very important. So so that's how I would answer that question. Anybody else want to share? Anybody? Go ahead. Any?
See, I think they said that alignment, comes with it's shared sense of purpose. I said a lot of people would say that when we should compete with people in our sector, for example. Whereas I find I'm more friends with people who do marketing because we have a shared understanding at best of times. We serve this, we serve the same audience. So literally, I think that when you can see similarities in what you do, that lays the foundation for creating something new, something different, between yourselves. Of course, there are people who do something that's, they got expertise that we haven't got. So literally, as long as it aligns with what you're trying to create for your target audience, then there's a ground to find synergy. And I find that point of alignment where we can create genius.
Absolutely.
So I think Zion's point about talking is so important too. If someone doesn't want, if someone is not a good communicator, it makes life very hard. Believe you me. So now you should be. Then you become the good communicator. You be the one that makes the talking easier.
Yes.
So maybe last I'll say also, in whatever values that you're going to choose, make sure you're be honest with yourself. Be honest with be honest. Full stop. Right. Nothing worse than someone who waits with their friends to pick up the problems. If something's wrong, let's fix it. Something's not quite right. Let's put it right. If you see something that we could do better, say so. I think that's just part of making sure we stay aligned and we carry on working together.
Absolutely. That's great. Thank you so much for that. Zion, go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. And yes, Alexis, for that wonderful question. Now, when it comes to shared goals and value, do not expect it to be 50-50. Do not. When it comes to business, people cannot be as good as you. Sometimes it can be 70-30, it can be 60-40. But when it comes to maintaining and identifying a strong relationship, is the ability for you to accept people in the percentage of value and goals they come in. So when you bounce the idea of each other, rub idea of each other, that's when you become better and become more productive. For me, the things I look for in people to build business relationship, it's positivity. When I see an iota of positivity in you, it drives me to come close to you. I don't care what percentage you are coming in, because I know you cannot be as positive as me. I cannot be as positive as you. But for the fact you have an element of positivity in you, we are good to go. So when it comes to shared good and shared value, do not expect a 50-50 percentage. Sometimes you can be better or they can be better. Sometimes you can be far, far better or they can be far, far better. But the ability to come to a consensus, maintain a good relationship, it's key for this. So that's my take on that. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That is so right. You have to take responsibility. Like I remember, I do a lot of collaborations. I collaborate every week with coaches and consultants, and everything I do with people. I guess I'm just a people person. I don't do anything by myself. Right. And I remember I was collaborating with a young lady. Obviously, I won't mention her name. And we planned to do an audio room. I think it was an audio room on or live. I forgot what it was. But anyway, so the plan was that she would do the flyers, to post, right? And that was her responsibility. So the day was coming closer and she hadn't done it. So I sent her a message and said, "Are you going to send it?" She said, "Oh, yeah, I've been busy." So another day or two went by. So you know what I did? I just did it. I just did it and sent her a message. You know what? Don't worry, I got it. And I put it up, right? Now, I could have just sat there and sulked until the day of the event. So I can't believe she didn't put flyers up. Now nobody's here. I didn't do that. I just said, you know what? I got it. And I did it, right? So like you said, Zion, it's not 50-50 a lot of times. It's not, you have to take responsibility, right? Because I wanted people to show up. So I wasn't going to just sit there and wait because, it was her responsibility. I made it mine. And we had a successful event. So that's a great question. And that's how I handle things like that. All right. So let's see. Let's go to another question. I know there was another great question here that I want to pull up. Give me a second here. And by the way, Carl, if you are listening, because I'm sure you're there, if you can put in the information for our event in May 17th and 18th, the link for that, if you can put it in the comments, I'm going to talk about that in a few minutes. Thank you. It's called Fun. It's called, let's see, Food, Fun, and Fellowship. Yeah. You want to come for that. Food, Fun, and Fellowship. All right. I got that from my pastor. I stole that line from my pastor, but anyway. It works. All right. So let's go to the questions before I forget what I'm trying to do here. Let's see. We had a question from, oh, yes, this is a good one from Akiza Brian, from Brian. I have a question referring to what your submission was. As we navigate the changing landscape of building strong business relationships, what do you see as the most significant opportunities for growth and innovation in the coming year? Okay, the most significant opportunities for growth and innovation in the coming year. All right, so that's the question. Does anybody in the panel want to take a stab at that? Okay, good. So we're going to go with ladies first. We're going to go with Leah first. We'll get to you, Annie, in a minute. Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, so many things coming up with AI, and there's so many new tools and tricks, but I always go back to the basics. I think everything comes back to the basics. And I think those of us who are willing to truly be authentic and truly be ourselves and stay congruent with who we are on and off camera. And also what comes to mind is the people that are willing to pull back the curtain. Listen, it's not always perfect and rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes things go awry. Sometimes you try something that doesn't work out. Sometimes sometimes I take a little picture like doing this video in my garage, right? I mean, we all start somewhere. And I think where it's easy to see the end, everybody wants to see the end with everything perfect and wonderful. But we all start at the beginning. And it's the mess. If we embrace that mess, I think it makes us more relatable. People see that, everything isn't always picture perfect, because we can take 1,000 pictures of ourselves to make it the most perfect picture ever. But we took 1,000 pictures to do that. Right. Yes. So I think it's those of us who can truly be authentic and understand that sometimes it gets messy, and that's okay. That makes us relatable and human.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Annie, you had to
That's genius, Leah. That really is. You beat me to it. So of course, I think AI, of course that's here, right? But ultimately, this is about just being ourselves. Now, the rules of friendships don't change. Humanity doesn't change. Either we are or we're not. And really, I think Brian, I think the conversation about moving towards real friendships. In the online world, it can be a bit harder because of the distance issue, right? It's easier to befriend someone whose hands you've shaked and looked in their eyes and had coffee with than someone who you never met in person. But I think maybe that's where the future is going forward, Brian, where I think we need to learn, on the one hand, I guess the personal development that we talk about, the mindset, that self-awareness that we mentioned. You have to learn about ourselves, how to be the things that we talked about today, how to be genuine, how to lead with love, how to lead with your sense of purpose, and then make all that work. Of course, there's many other things that come into relationships. Someone mentioned envy earlier, anger and jealousy and competing. We've made so many friends actually compete. I think we're learning to be more emotionally intelligent, to really want to work together rather than compete with each other. I said this is why mindset is Zion talks positivity for a reason. 2 years ago, no one heard a word of it. Suddenly now it's everything. There's a reason for that. It's where we're all heading.
Absolutely.
That's my thought, Eric.
Absolutely. Great job. Thank you so much. Amberly, I believe you put your hand up. Did you, Amberly?
Yes, I was going to share that we want to make sure that we are top of mind at all times. And how do we do that? Because we are staying in touch with our connections, with our relationships. And those things are so important. So if you're not quite sure how to do that, now I use cards. So I send cards out pretty often to stay top of mind with my clients, because Friends, there are so many people doing what we're doing, right? So how are we standing out? How are we making a difference? And how are we showing up in a way that we are authentic, we are memorable? So those things are truly crucial for our business building relationships. That will increase our referrals, it will increase our customer base, and really show the type of person that we are. And you never know, it may change your heart in the process.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Amberly. Appreciate that. Zan, go ahead.
All right, thank you. One thing I want to add to the to everything that has been shared already, it's look at for people who are current with knowledge, people who are current with information. The world is changing every day. The world is evolving every day. You must be evolving with the evolving trend. You must be changing with the changing trend. So one thing I look at for people who are current in knowledge. And I love what my co-speakers have said earlier. Let me tell you, in 20 years' time, integrity will still be the same. In 20 years' time, authenticity will still be the same. In 20 years' time, love will still be the same. So go back to the basics. It's very, very important. The same integrity we saw in the 1980s, it did not change. It's still the same today, and in 20 years' time, it will still be the same. So going back to the basics, embracing integrity, love, kindness, loyalty, and trust, let me tell you, are still the vital ingredient for future growth, for future collaboration, for future expansion. So going back to the basics, learn to master this act of humanity, because they are the core values of humanity. When you take these things off, every other thing fall apart. They are the bedrock of whatever relationship you want to build. They are the foundation of a strong and sustainable relationship. So continue to embrace this thing. And I tell you, you are open to so much growth, so much creativity, so much information that you want to get. Because even in the face of the changing times, the core values of humanity never change. So thank you. That's my contribution.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Wow. It seems like we've had like 10 TED Talks already today. Within an hour, like we've had 10 TED Talks. This is amazing. Amazing. And you know, you're so right. You're so right. Relationships are key. You know, I'm a part of a mastermind, a high-level mastermind we meet in Florida. And we were talking about how some people have a following of 100,000 people, but they're not making enough money to quit their job. So they have 100,000 people on social, but they're not making enough money in their business. And there's a reason for that. They don't actually have true relationships. They don't have enough relationships. They have a lot of people connected to them on social, but they don't have enough relationships, right? So for me, I focus more on building relationships than just getting followers, right? How many followers, how many of your followers have you met on Zoom or talk to on the phone? Write that number down. That's the number of people those are the true prospects, right? If your answer is like 5, that's why you're not making any money, right? So I know for the young folks, they don't understand because it's all about vanity, right? For us older folks, we understand the importance of relationships. Like you said, in the 90s, there was no social media. You just had to meet people at the coffee shop, right? You had to meet people, right? You know, I was just talking to my sons. I have 3 teenage sons. Well, one is 12, but he thinks he's a teenager, so we'll call him a teenager. And we're talking about, you know, when I was young, if you liked a girl, you had to get the phone number of her house where her dad can pick it up. That was hard. Hard to get it. And then once you got it, you're afraid to call because she doesn't have a cell phone. So like you call, and if her mom or dad picks it up, you hang up. And now you can't talk to her. Nobody knows you called, right? But now everybody has a phone, right? Everybody has a phone. I don't even know how I got there, but anyway, I want to share that. Now you can just text anybody, right? It's ridiculous. You can find people on social. It's easy, right? But anyway, my point before I got, before I went off into a tangent, my point is you have to build genuine relationships. How many people following you actually know you? So you've met, you know them and they know you. That's important, right? So that's it. And money comes from people. People that say, I just want to be rich. Well, money comes from people. You got it. You have to serve enough people to get there, right? Right. So I want to add that to our discussion. All right. So before we end, let me just mention an event that's coming up. I don't know if we can put the flyer here. I can put it after, but I don't know if Carl, if you can put the flyer. If not, I'll put it after. So this event is Food, Fun, and Fellowship. It's in May, and I know it's 3 months away, but if you want to be there, this is the time to book your tickets. Okay. On May 17th, this is going to take place in DC and Northern Virginia. So for those of you that have never been to DC before, this is a good time to show up. Okay, good time to show up. On the 17th, we are having a premier cruise, okay, on the Potomac, on the water. It's going right. There's going to be a DJ, food, dancing, pictures, all kinds of things. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, and it's a cruise. It's beautiful on the water, right? And then the next day, the 18th, I'm launching my book, Sell with Confidence. So I'm going to have a book signing there. Okay, we're going to have a great time also. Okay, and I have a short business meeting. And the business meeting means I'm going to do a training which will allow you to write off your trip. Okay, talk to your accountant, but that it works. And I see Leah nodding her head. It does work. Okay, so we're going to do some business so you can write off your trip. All right. So, but talk to your accountant. That's not my specialty. All right. So we're going to do that on the 18th, right? And then on the evening of the 18th, we're going to have we have our 5th year anniversary for Promote Your Business Meetup Group, the group that I founded 5 years ago, and that's where I met Amberly, right? I met Amberly through that group, and we were online. So we're about 3,000 people online around the world. Coral, I met Coral through that group. Genevieve, a lot of people, right? So we're going to come together. By the way, Carl's coming from England. So you have no excuse if you're in America, you all. Genevieve is coming from Trinidad and Tobago, okay? So Annie, book your ticket. You're just around the corner, okay? You're just around the corner. All right, so it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, you all. At the dinner, it's a dinner gala. It's black tie. So if you don't have nice clothes, go get some. Okay, it's gonna be beautiful, right? We're gonna take pictures. We're gonna have games. There's gonna be awards. There's gonna be music, fun, food, everything. So that's for May 17th and 18th. The link to get your tickets is in the chat under Coral there. The link. Now, the most important thing that you need to do if you want to go is get your ticket for the cruise, because that's the one that sells out the fastest. Why? Because it's not my cruise, right? The cruise liner can sell it out any day. So if you're even thinking of coming, get the tickets for that first, and then you can get the others later. All right. So I just want to share that before we move to. We'll have to wrap up now. Let's see. We'll have to wrap up. All right, so we have about 5 minutes left, and we like to finish this within an hour, okay? So I'm gonna go around the room for any last words about our topic today, and also to share with everybody how they can connect with you, okay? Because we have people from all over the world on all the social media platforms right now watching, and some of them want to get more information from you. Some of them want to follow you, because all my speakers are very active online. Right? I just saw Annie's video live yesterday afternoon. I saw Amberly's video this morning. I saw Leah and her business partner's video a couple of days ago, right? So they're very active, and you want to learn from them, okay? And Zion, man, if you go on LinkedIn, I don't think anybody does audio rooms like Zion, aside from Annie, of course, right? So yeah, so you want to follow these folks. So I'm going to go around the room. Last words and how they can contact you, please. Anybody? You're waiting for me to call on you, Amberly. sorry, Amberly, go for it.
All right, everyone. Please connect with me. I would love to share some tips and tricks, some ideas with you to help you be the best expansion of yourself. You can reach me on all social media platforms. I'm on all of them under my name, TikTok and Instagram at Beach Girl Shreve. That's at Beach Girl Shreve, and my website is sendoutcards.com/Amberly Shreve. And I would love the opportunity to connect with you. And let me leave you with this. All of these techniques, all of these things that we're sharing today, all these things start in you, my friends. So give yourself the opportunity to really find out what you want and what is going to bring joy to your day. And I wish you nothing but a wonderful week. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Let me go to Zion because he may have to jump off. Zion, go ahead.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. It's been an insightful session so far. And to leave us this morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you're joining us from around the world, we are not just doing this just to stir up your emotion, just to get you excited, just to get you, oh, that's a nugget, that's insightful, that's powerful. No, we are doing this to inspire you so you can take action. So wherever wisdom, whatever nugget you've gotten, please, you must take action because it's very, very important. If you don't take action, you cannot see transformation in your life. So take action for you to be able to see transformation in your life. And yes, if you want to reach out to me, I'm always active on LinkedIn, Zion Enogeru, your Mr. Positive Energy, and we can go on a journey of positivity together. So thank you so much. Over to you, Mr. Eric.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So if you all can put your information in the chat, I know Annie just did. Who put up their hand next? Was it Leah? Leah, go ahead.
Awesome. This has been so incredible. I learned so much. I took a ton of notes. I would just encourage you to have fun. Go out, meet people, and just, be curious. Take it as an experiment. And as you do that, you will learn so much about yourself. You will learn the things that will attract to you and the people maybe that aren't so attractive to you. Like Annie alluded to, nobody's going to like everybody. Right? That's just the way it is. So just have some fun with it. And I'm all over social media. You can find me at The Money Minute on LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok. I'm not sure, all those things. And reach out to me and I'd be happy to send you my one-page financial plan, The Wall of Wealth. So with that, I send it back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you. And I learned a lot from the Wall of Wealth. So definitely you guys want to pick that up. Appreciate it. All right. Who else hasn't spoken? Was it Annie? Are you next? I think Amberly spoke. Yeah. Annie, go ahead.
Okay. I think, we're a good example what friends do, what relationships really do when you make them online, especially. Friends who work together, they're committed to whatever they agree to work on. And I said, and we're all genuine friends. We do business together, and we have fun together as well. And I said, that's, we're not just talking theory. This is our reality as business owners. So I think it helps to sort of bear that in mind. So support your friends, show up. Be willing to put in to get something out of the relationship. I said, above all, friends actually do things together.
Yes.
So do things with your friends. Don't just talk about what you could do together. Do it. Eric, you're a star, my friend. Thank you so much. Of course, if you want to find me, I'm on LinkedIn. That's if I'm not in an audio room, you find me on my profile to connect with me there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So have I got to everybody? Just want to. Okay, I did. Okay, great. So we're right at the end of the hour. We appreciate you. So for me, just go to compassionatecloser.com, grab my ebook. It's absolutely free. You can have it within two minutes. It will be in your inbox, and you will be glad you downloaded that ebook. Trust me. All right. And then if you want to meet with me, book a call. I'll be glad to meet with you. All right. So we are going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate all of you from TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, all over the world. Dr. Tanya, I see you there. Appreciate you. Balaji, I see you. Thank you very, very much for being here. We are here every Monday, 7 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, we will be here. So share this link with more people. All right. Make it a great day, everybody, and make it a great week. Bye-bye.